painting based on the mysterious island? The host is Isolde, the opera singer?
Oh, poor thing. Every member of that family met a tragic end. And now her brother.
Shh.
Théophile has left us. Behold, my late brother's final painting, inspired by the Golden Isle. The salvation. Miss Dittersdorf, I know your brother's death has affected you deeply. Doctor, you need to release your oppressions.
The rain. The Golden Isle. The island of the painting. Is that where the timekeeper is at now?
How did Théophile know about the storm and the island?
He belonged to an organization called the Circle. It's the symbol of the Circle. Are they really just a group of artists?
What do you see in the mirror? I see golden circles. Théophile in the fire. He burned all his paintings. And then I heard a shot.
All these assassinations at the same time?
Will our people be able to defend themselves on that island? To help them is to help ourselves. I can see how you burned with passion. Welcome to the Circle, Miss Marcus. We share the same dream as you.
I am intrigued by the name of your little group, the Circle.
Even if the world ends tomorrow, we still have a show to watch. Please, enjoy.
Okay then, everybody. Welcome back to Starborn Plates Reverse 1999. Give me just 1 second. Let's see. Sorry. Making some adjustments still to my set. I forgot to get this one little thing done earlier. Testing, testing. Okay, there you go. Okay then, so to give you just a quick rundown, we are on the next chapter. Yeah. So let's see here. Let's just hop right into it. If you notice here, all those things, those are not for me playing the story. It is, you can collect a lot of these just doing day-to-day stuff like grinding and going through stuff. Very quickly, let me just cash some of this out. Especially those. Those are good. I need plenty of those. So much material. Alright. Let's start with the voice in our heads, shall we?
Hey, you. Yes, you, my hurried child. You rush through the street like a cyclone. Where are you going?
I can't be late for the show.
A show. A show. So you came to Vienna for the love of stories. That's for sure.
Sorry, for some reason, it's not bringing up that I have headphones into the thing. Just for 1 second. Oh wait, I didn't know what you do. It's gonna go for my audio settings. Whatever. Okay, so I will play without the headphones this one time. It's not gonna be a huge deal. Anyway,
then this is just the right place for you. A place where the floors are decorated with gold, where music sings along with the stories. Even a newcomer could be entranced here. Oh, listen to me. You must not be a newcomer, but a true connoisseur. Well, before you leave, may I ask a simple question? Which act in a show do you prefer?
Okay, so this is an easy one. For me, it's every part of it. The thing about a show, regardless if it's a movie, TV series, book, whatever you want to call a show, the story is only as good as some of its parts. I would argue. If one of the major parts of it are lacking, for whatever reason, it cheapens the other parts. So, if you start with a weird, nonsensical intro, the rest of the story it's supposed to have that tone, and it doesn't always land depending on what you're trying to do. If your middle or ending come out as lazy or lacking as well, then even if you have an amazing other parts, yeah, your story's gonna fall flat. So I would say every part of it.
So greedy. It's a tough choice, isn't it? But you can't escape from making decisions. Do you know which act I love the most? Not Act 1, nor 3, or 5. But 6. Oh, Act 6, my dear. That's the best part. The part in which the king picks up his fallen head. The knight pulls out the sword in his chest. The bodies stand up, dust their clothes, and come to the front of the stage, bow to the audience, and receive their applause.
But that's not really part of the performance.
Yes, it is. My child, that is precisely when the real show begins. I have a good script here. Let me put on my glasses. Let's start from Act 6. The princess, a nightingale decorated with diamonds, an opera singer taking center stage, steps into a building of gray and white diamond patterns. And the curtain falls forever. The smile on her face seems too serene. She is still dreaming. Her madness keeps them on alert, but in the court she seems so meek and mentally steady, like a docked boat on calm waters. Nodding elegantly to every gentleman she meets, she makes the shackle on her neck look like a piece of dazzling jewelry. Next page. Oh.
What happened?
In a transparent room under an unyielding limelight, her dignity is stomped on, like a silk handkerchief thrown on the ground. They smash her crown, forcing her to pay for her madness.
Is she mad?
No, not anymore. Sleep, she said to me. Sleep. If that's what she said, then I don't need to wake up. That's when the star falls into an everlasting dream. The blinding light becoming a spotlight on the stage. The empty room carrying the best reverberations. She has never been so calm. Everything beautiful in her is there forever, frozen in time.
I guess she went completely insane.
Or found eternal peace. Her world has become the performance, a show that never ends. I'd say she's a great actress, isn't she?
But that is not a good. But but this isn't a good story. I think we need more context.
My dear, you are indeed a great connoisseur. Only one act of a play can't tell a good story by itself. Oh, forgive my ramblings. The golden curtain has risen. Fix your collar, darling, and keep moving forward.
Okay. Razor in green. A razor impeccably sharp and dressed in green. A razor impeccably sharp and dressed in green that stands up for the people.
Meine Damen und Herren, willkommen! On behalf of the General Medical Association of Vienna, I would like to thank you all for attending this demonstration conference. It is a great honor. As we can see, dear friends, the era of science has arrived. The era of man has arrived. Today, we will share the honor of witnessing the advancement of technology, its contributions to medical science, and even the world. Now, please allow me to introduce the patient again, Miss Isolde von Dietersdorf. This lady has selflessly volunteered for the experiment, and in return will receive a healthy mind in no time. She's been living a miserable life due to hysteria. How terrible it is for a young woman like her. As we all know, mental illness is taking an increasing toll on our country. Even suicide has become more rampant. The tragedies are piling up, and our dear lady is in excruciating pain as we speak. Thanks to the development of medical science, we can again be rescued from the abyss of pain. As I said before, the electroshock therapy uses the most advanced technology available. The medical use of electricity dates back to the 18th century.
Isolde? The youngest daughter of the Dietersdorfs? Oh, no wonder she volunteered. The treatment should do wonders for her. You know there's something wrong with that family? I heard her mother stabbed old Dietersdorf in the temple with a brass needle and killed every maid in the room. That thing's even made it into the curio market. I heard not even the Lord's water could clean the blood off it.
The family seems to be cursed. So far, no one's ever lived past the age of 40. In fact, the girl had a sister who died very young, and now her brother. I read in the papers that...
He killed himself, right?
Well, the artist did what an artist would do. He wrote a sad poem, and then set fire to his paintings, together with himself.
You know what? My uncle works for the police. He showed me the autopsy report. The truth is,
dear Phil shot himself. He was killed by a bullet.
Gosh! Good thing he didn't have to suffer all that pain before he died. Poor boy, he was so talented and handsome. But the girl, oh, she's less fortunate. Fainted at her only brother's funeral, didn't even get to see him one last time. I hope the latest treatment will alleviate her suffering.
Lunatics. The whole family is a bunch of lunatics.
Manners, sir. This is Vienna where we call these poor people arcanists.
I sincerely hope that Isolde can put an end to her miserable nightmare. After all, she is one of the most talented opera singers in Vienna. Just like her mother.
You know what they say? Talent and hysteria go hand in hand. Think about it. They both come from the mind.
Quiet, please. The treatment will now begin. Are you ready, Miss Dietersdorf?
Yes. I'm ready. Please.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Calm down, my lady. Just hang in there, okay? The treatment will work. Perseverance is a virtue. I don't think the electroshock is causing the pain you seem to be experiencing. Don't let the imaginary fear get the better of you.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now we'll begin stage 2. The voltage will be slightly increased. Please get ready, Miss Dietersdorf.
No!
Stage 3, an even higher voltage.
Enough! Forgive the interruption, Dr. Schwartz, but I need you to stop the treatment immediately. I can't help but to question your methods, as well as the methods of the General Medical Association. Your electroshock therapy is a gross violation of humanitarian principles. Judging from what I just saw, it only brought the patient meaningless pain and didn't help her condition one bit. Unless, of course, you intend to use physical pain to distract the patient from her mental pain.
Even though this is a conference meant for conversation, you're being a little rude. The new electroshock therapy is not what you know from the last century. Now that man has tamed electricity, there's no doubt that the EST is the best choice for treatment. You shouldn't take it at face value, because it's not like the underlying principles are the same as that frog experiment, huh? My treatment is supported by systemic theories and reliable references, and it is approved and sponsored by the General Medical Association, which means it's reasonable and legitimate. Well, you are, correct me if I'm wrong, a social activist known for her little arcane tricks, Miss Cacania. Or should I say, Miss Clara? As far as I know, you don't even have a medical degree. Besides your so-called odd movement. This secession, is it? It confuses me, really. Anyway, in order to have a more professional conversation, I suggest we talk later. You know, after you get a medical license.
No, Dr. Schwartz. This conversation has nothing to do with my personal identity or experience. I'm only asking you as a citizen of Vienna, and as a human being with empathy. How can you not see that she's suffering? Have you been thoroughly brainwashed by the supposed authority of medical science? Or have you two been blinded and deafened by hysteria?
Oh! You rude little... Please allow me to reiterate, the EST is an advanced and reliable treatment. Besides, Miss Dietersdorf has signed an agreement before we started. The experiment is conducted under mutual consent. Your objection is of no use, and it is even harmful to the patient's interests. But we always welcome debate. Since you question my methods, please be my guest and indulge us with your thoughts on her condition.
As I understand it, Mr. Sigmund Freud published his studies on hysteria in 1895. He believes that hysteria was a psychological disorder caused by problems in the nervous system. It was not a simple organ disease. His trauma theory explains that the patient's personal life experiences were the real cause of the disorder, affecting the patient in subtle ways. It makes much more sense to analyze the patient's traumas than to harm their body. As to whether his theory is advanced enough, you can read The Totem and Taboo, which he published last year.
What? Freud. Freud! The man who told people to marry their mothers and kill their fathers. The one who couldn't get a word in when his patients spewed insanity. It took him 17 years to become a professor, for God's sake. Miss Clara, I've tolerated your immature antics, and I always welcome advice and opinion, as long as they're rational and reasonable. It's just, how could you challenge me with such an amateur theory? You insult me as a gentleman, and you insult my reputation.
What? Dr. Schwartz, I did not mean to insult you.
Miss Dittersdorf, she's unconscious.
How?
Get her off the chair now!
Science. The thing that people use to try and better themselves and lord their knowledge above other people. So glad we've come so far, but honestly, lately it feels that we haven't come far enough. Thanks. Anyway, but yes, so understanding that trauma, hysteria as back then, just to give some idea, was considered a quote-unquote woman's disease, and I'm not trying to throw shame here. The thing is, a lot of people thought that anything times a woman went crazy, they just brushed it under hysteria, when in reality it was probably something completely different. But yeah, it wasn't until I don't really know how recent it was, but I think it was until like maybe the late or early 1900s people started to realize, hey, these crazy people might have something physically wrong with them that's making them act this way. Which is a sad thing to note, honestly, because a lot of people were hurt or just mistreated because of symptoms they didn't have control over, or could have been treated if they were noticed earlier. But I digress about that. But yeah, so we now have some clue behind Miss Miss Stoll as an opera singer, and her family tends to be known for kind of tragic ends, unfortunately. The fact that one of the characters mentions the brother was shot brings up something question to mind. They're all claiming it was basically a self-game over, but if he was shot, is it possible that maybe it was done by a third party? That's just a thought that occurs to me while I was listening in on this. But anyway, on to the next chapter, Drums of March. Opening notes of a big crescendo.
Move! Oh, move! Shoot, are you blind or did you hit me on purpose?
Hey, hello! Do you know how to control this thing? It always drifts on my bed at night. I just sit back for a week.
Just remove your brain. Problem solved.
Going safe! How come I didn't think of that? Thank you for your advice. You are so sweet.
Oh, you're so welcome, pal. I'd wipe my eyes more often if I were you. Just do something to get that black snot off those lashes. The good news is, the persons in charge of this place are all dead. The bad news, the one in charge right now is not a person.
Hello, Researcher Medicine Pocket. Your meal allowance is being deducted to pay for door repair.
I don't care, Buckethead. Do your worst. A few pennies don't bother me.
You could have called me from your lab terminal. The technology department has equipped every researcher with the latest communication device, and I have the energy to communicate with everyone.
Then how am I supposed to know whether my report is lying in your trash or not? Oh, please, you know we gotta talk face to face to solve our issues when things get ugly. Congrats on the one and only achievement you got from the Manus Mask. We're now fully aware of its side effects, and this great achievement is filling the halls with oil and insanity. You should thank the Hatted Cuckoo for her report. No one's turned into a crazy monster yet, or the Manus would be attacking the headquarters from the Place right now. Damn it! What are you doing? Are you even listening to me?
My apologies. You said we needed to talk face to face. If I understand it correctly, this is your #1 request.
You always carry a face in your pocket? That's just great.
You are welcome. It is our duty to learn and meet the needs of every researcher. This will help them reach their full potential while respecting the nature of their being. I received some letters of complaint. They asked me to develop a better sense of humor. They said it would help me understand the researcher's sarcasm, so I am studying it. 75% of the complaints mentioned they did not want to see a face on my head. Some even used strong words like, "Never let me see that face of yours again." I am glad that you are one of the other 25%, Researcher Medicine Pocket.
You know what? I don't mind if you keep that face on, as long as you let me kick it around a bit.
Regarding your second request, I have read your report. I fully understand the side effects of the mask as well as the feasibility of the decryption.
Then what's the point? It's like trying to get the syrup formula out of a Coke can. Ugh! Again, we are all screwed without the original ritual from the Manus.
It is too early to conclude that the mask does not contain important clues. The attempts we are making are very necessary. Besides, the situation in Laplace is not as bad as you say. The side effects are completely under control. The subjects are only suffering from dehydration and mania. Fortunately, the Rehabilitation Center has extensive experience in dealing with manic patients, and some researchers, like yourself, are already manic without putting on the mask, so the side effects will not affect them much.
Yes! Ball pens! Ball pens love brains!
Extensive experience, huh?
That is right. I am glad you have noticed our efforts. We have prepared a large amount of polymer materials in case of minor vandalism by the patients.
Haha, amusing. So this is the logic of a machine, huh? Humans are as expendable in the lab as glass. You should be glad that your head is harder than my teeth, alright?
Your opinion surprises me, Researcher Medicine Pocket. There is a big difference between the human body and glass. As for the original ritual, you are not the first researcher to make this suggestion. We are fully aware of its importance. We have dispatched investigators and members of the Field Agent Administration to investigate various regions. Here are the images they sent back.
Field... what?
Field Agent Administration. If you have not heard of the name before, most prefer to call them the History Guards, given their function.
Right. That team of cannon fodder. The thought of people being thrown around like garbage makes me feel lucky that I'm just a piece of glass. Looks like face-to-face conversation does solve problems. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Aside from the insane colleagues running amok. Let me guess. The blue dots are good news, huh?
Correct. They represent the safe areas immune to the storm.
North America. I should have gone there for a walk in the park. I don't deserve to suffer in this stupid gray prison.
I have to say, Researcher Medicine Pocket, even though I approved your request for a sports field, which you claimed was a humanitarian need, I think it is more of a canine need.
I suggest you install an indicator on your humor module so we know when to laugh. See? Like this blinking red dot. Is that Vienna?
Yes.
All right. Not privy to the information, huh? I know of your tricks. One day I will find the logical fallacies in your words, I swear. And this here... yellow. Better than the worst, worse than the best. That's the agency. What's all the fuss about? Don't tell me there's a 500-meter-long blue crab.
No. No sightings of large marine organisms other than the Gorgon. This is where Timekeeper and her team are right now. By the way, it seems you can distinguish between colors precisely, so the canine elements in you are more of a personal choice than an innate trait.
I see your efforts on improving your sense of humor, I do, but that's enough now. Turn off the module, okay? Who the heck put these complaints in the box? I'm gonna kick their teeth out.
Back to business. Timekeeper and her team are in a bit of a situation. The details are classified, and I am not privy to them either.
Huh. Classified. I know what's going on. In this place, classified means they're in big trouble.
What are they? Hoop did not tell us about these things! Get away from me, you arcane fiends!
Marcus? Marcus?
I'm sorry, Madam Hoffman. I was reading the newspaper.
I know I told you to practice your arcane skills more, but you don't have to do it all the time. I just told you the oath to secrecy for this mission. Level 2 Investigator Marcus, repeat it to me.
Remember the field mission manual? Never disclose any information about the storm or the era to irrelevant people. Never build unnecessary connections with the current era. Never disclose any real information about the headquarters to members of the branch. Never discuss confidential matters in unrelated settings. Never contact or interfere with the insignificant. Stay out of their lives, silently observe and respect their lives. And why is the stupid train never on time?
Did I really say that?
Yes, in a low voice, after the last random stop.
You have a talent for multitasking, I'll give you that. But the point is, as a rookie investigator, your focus should really be on the mission.
Yes, Madam Hoffman, I'm so sorry.
Laplace has analyzed the information from the field agent squad and suggested several critical points on where the storm may arrive. One of them is Vienna. The history guards have reported sightings of menace leaders there. Considering they will probably do the same things they did in 1929, you know, escalate the international conflicts to accelerate the reverse, this mission is probably quite risky.
It's okay, Madam Hoffman. I am fully prepared. I've been waiting for my first field mission since I joined the Foundation. Thank you for approving my application, or I'd still be talking to rusty filing cabinets and diamond patterns on a wall.
No need to thank me, Investigator Marcus. Your application has been approved by headquarters, as your arcane skills will prove very useful on this mission. This time we will track down Manus Vindictae in Vienna, and gather intelligence on their rituals. The intelligence should help with the storm immunity research, making it the top priority of all other missions. That's why I said your arcane skill reading will be useful on this mission.
Yes, understood.
I know how lucky you must feel for returning to your era, after being isolated from the outside world for so long. I will take you to Romania and visit the orphanage where you used to live, if we still have time for that after the mission.
I'll do my best, Madam Hoffman. Whatever you need, as long as my arcane skill can do it. By the way, how's the Timekeeper doing on Aegean Island?
Marcus, have you already forgotten what I just told you? This is a confidential matter.
But it's in the news. Unknown island appears on the Aegean Sea. Forces attacked by arcane creatures. Ownership over island causing conflicts between Bulgaria, Serbia, and Greece. Austro-Hungarian Empire and Russian Empire to establish a negotiating committee. Madam Hoffman, the increased turmoil could cause the storm to arrive earlier, right?
That is not our problem. The headquarters will send someone to intervene since it is caused by the Arcanum. Now, just focus on our destination, Vienna. Time to get out. Grab your luggage.
Okay, let's see here. I was hoping to get at least to part 3, Fork and Torch, but we are kind of running out of time here. So I'm going to call the video here now. But a few things to know real quickly. One, Madam Hoffman. I believe we've heard her voice before. If you remember back to the special episodes, I believe she was a narrator talking about the incident meeting the Islanders, the math nerds, as I like to call them, and how her interaction with them helped her see that there might be more to the storm, or that maybe that, how to put it? How to put it? That there might be more going on, and that there's also a possibility that what they are doing might be ultimately pointless to someone who is not an arcanist. But other than that, let me think. Comment down below. What is one of your favorite series? Or sorry, if you have it, what is one of your favorite theater shows ever? I'm gonna have to go with the classic. I love Phantom of the Opera. Don't get me wrong. It's a classic. It's great. It's a nice mix of performance and creepiness that I enjoy. A few months ago they had Beetlejuice going through my area, but unfortunately I had neither the time nor the money to go see it, which sucks. But hopefully, if there's ever a rerun, I'll be able to see it along with Hadestown. Those are the two big ones I would really want to see myself. I've seen some online stuff about them. Oh, they look great. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe, all that stuff to get this video shared down below. Hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. This is StarBornFeline signing off, saying, be kind, let's create something new tomorrow, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, goodbye!